Next up is Carol Baque, Denny Johnston, and Claire Olivers. Oh, I already called up Claire Olivers, excuse me. Lawrence, no, you don't get to come back up, Claire. Lawrence Jacobson.
In the interest of time, I'll just start. I'm Carol Baque. I'm a PERS 1 retiree and a member of the Retired Public Employees Council. Thank you for letting me speak. I'd like to talk about retirement from 3 facets, a couple of which you may or may not have already considered. One is maintenance. I've worked with a lot of budgets. You've worked with a lot more budgets, and maintenance is a big part of any budget, obviously. I submit that your largest state asset is your workforce, the people that implement your governance. Maintaining that workforce. Why do we do it? When I came to public service from a private job, I took a 30% pay cut. Why did I do that? Why does anybody do that? Well, service is one aspect, of course, but the retirement system is another one. Maintaining the state workforce means maintaining your retirement systems. That means all of them, because everybody knows what happens to people on our plan. That's very evident that it could very well happen to them as well. Second fact I won't go into because you've heard eloquently about the loss of buying power. Let me just say that 2 of my bills, my real estate taxes and my Puget Power bill, went up $100 a month in 1 year. In 2016, my pension went up 0. The third aspect is just a fact. I bought my pension. I bought it not only with my reduced pay, but with my out-of-pocket. I added up all my contributions and my credit service. I paid $279,000 for my pension. It's the largest single thing I've ever bought, and I bought 4 different houses. So I submit to you that that is not an entitlement, it's a purchase, and as purchasers, we are entitled to a fair transaction and kept promises. I hope you support one of these bills at least. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My name is Denny Johnston. I'm president of the Olympia chapter of the Retired Public Employees, 1,100 members in that chapter and 12,000 statewide. I'll abbreviate my comments because so much has been said about the burden. I did want to add, though, that effective January 1st of this year, retirees who are using the uniform medical plan under PEBB had an increase of $52 per month in that. Although Washington does not have a state income tax, we sometimes impose a de facto income tax on certain groups of people. The recession really highlighted that. We imposed what I consider an income tax on college students and their families when we doubled tuition during that period of time. We also imposed an income tax on public employees who suffered furlough time during that period of time. They gave it the office. We also imposed an income tax on retirees under PERS 1 and TRS 1 systems by not granting them a cost of living allowance for 8 to 10 years. In a landmark U.S. Supreme Court decision in 1819, McCulloch versus Maryland, a tax case, attorney for the plaintiffs, Daniel Webster, said, and I quote, "An unlimited power to tax involves necessarily a power to destroy." John Marshall, the Supreme Court Chief Justice, echoed that sentiment in his ruling on that case. In the case of the power to tax a pension, it weakens the pension system and it weakens the quality of life of the participant, as you've heard here today. As to the costs of the state, counties, and cities, please keep in mind the money you've saved during this period of time. My math says over $200 million has been saved by not granting COLAs. Maybe you want to take a look at where that money was spent. We will take that money in the COLA, we will churn it through the economy 4 times over. Don't look at this purely in terms of money, look at it as an opportunity to thank people who have served the public. Thank you for the opportunity to be here today and to talk to you. I really, really appreciate it.
I'll start? Okay. My name is Lawrence Jacobson. I retired in 2002 and then went to work for the feds, so I'm in a little better position than some of these other people. But I want to thank the people who created this pension system. Before I go any further, I'm for all three of the bills. But I could have worked in the state of Illinois. That's where my dad got me a job when I started out. And then I wouldn't have had hardly anything, or in Detroit, where the people lost half their pensions. So I want to say how appreciative I am. And I don't know what the next generation is going to do. I mean, I don't know. They're going to get to be 65, 70, 75, 80. I just don't know what they're going to do. And, but they already talked about how much money more things cost each year, and I've never gotten a COLA. I turned 66 in 2011, so it would be nice to have it, and other people could use it even more than me, but I'm real good with money, so that's all I have to say.
All right, our next panel is